WrestleMania 10 through
12.
12. Alright,
10 through 12. Okay.
let's see if the show started. Yep, and we are live. Alright, we're live. Sorry for the
Alrighty.
sorry for the delay, but we are finally
And
here.
sad that one of our members, Killer J, can't make it.
Yeah, we don't know why. He just has not been online all day. Hopefully he sees the messages and comes, you know? He might be a little
Yeah.
late. He might not even show up at all, but, Perfect Welch here.
Havoc
Jerry
King
Ramirez
Slayer
here.
921.
Sorry. Okay,
Go
I'm
ahead.
starting over. Jerry Ramirez here.
Mm-hmm. And let's get this show on the road. Today we are going to review WrestleManias 10, 11, and 12.
I am excited for WrestleMania 10 review because it's one of my favorite WrestleManias of all time.
Yes, I agree. This is a very good WrestleMania. I mean, this is just one. It
I
started
can't
great
disagree,
and it
man.
ended great. You had two 5-star matches and an underrated match. The only bad thing I could say about the show was that there was no Undertaker. Oh no,
Wow.
there's
He missed
There's
it.
only about like 2 matches I would consider to be legitimately not good, but that's really it.
yeah. Um.
One I can't count because of the length, but yeah.
Oh yeah.
So WrestleMania 10, we kick off with the greatest opener to any wrestling show. Period.
Two brothers, right?
Yep,
Yeah,
Owen
Owen
and Brett.
versus Brett. And Owen gets to come out of his brother's shadow and show that he's the better, in this match and beats Bret Hart. Because they had a pretty big feud going on from the Royal Rumble where he turned heel. And
Imagine thinking Brett never wanted to put anyone over, even though he literally put over his brother in the opener when he went on to win the championship, of course. But yeah,
hold on.
so let's just carry on.
But yeah,
Yeah,
that was a pretty good match. He also put over British Bulldog in SummerSlam 1992.
yep.
You can't forget that. But yeah, moving on, there was also the mixed tag team match.
Bam Bam Bigelow, Luna Vacan,
Luna
whatever.
Vachon.
Luna Vachon, yeah, thank you. Versus Dink and Doink, because why not? Yeah,
Yeah.
this match was not good.
Yeah, this one was just, I really did not care for it.
Peachy
It wasn't
pussiness.
really good. But the next match,
One
not
of the
the
most
greatest,
underrated.
yeah, not the best match of all time. This was Randy Savage's last WrestleMania match. Rest in peace. But this was one of the most underrated, if not the most underrated WrestleMania match of all time.
I'd say most underrated Randy Savage Mania match.
Yeah, I would have to agree.
It was definitely a really fun false count anywhere match. For what it was, of course.
Yeah, it was pretty fun match, and you know, Crush showed his good abilities here, unlike the last WrestleMania where he lost to Doink the Clown.
Oh boy.
But yeah, then there was also the WWF Women's Championship match.
For the length it got, it was a pretty solid match. If it had a much longer time, if anything, if this happened at a WrestleMania these days, it'd probably actually be a really good match for all we know, since they would have much more time and respect to actually do something.
Yeah, I'll have to agree with that. But yeah, this was a pretty good match for what it was too. I have to agree. Pretty fun match. And then there's a tag team championship match: Men on a Mission versus the Quebecers.
Men on the Mission. Jesus, that was a terrible team.
Yeah, this was also a match that wasn't too good.
Yeah, it was just whatever.
Yeah, it was a whatever match. And then there's Yokozuna versus Lex Luger, where oh no, yeah. So if you guys didn't know, at WrestleMania 9, he was the narcissist. He was a heel going up against the face Mr. Perfect.
A
But you
really
see,
generic one.
but you see, in between these two WrestleManias, Hulk Hogan left, and they were like, "Oh no, we lost Hulk Hogan." So
Quick,
at
we
this,
gotta replace him with somebody.
yeah, it's like they made Hulk. Yeah, they were like, and then Lex Luger came in, and they just turned him face out of nowhere, and
Because
basically
why
ripped
not?
off Andre the Giant versus Hulk Hogan, and had
But not as
Yokozuna
memorable.
be the unbody slammable champion that nobody could stop, the undefeatable champion. And then Lex Luger just comes in, body slams him, save the day. Yeah, that's totally not a ripoff of Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant. A bad one at that. I mean, Lex
Well, so
Luger
you're
was pretty
giving
much
me
just
a.
a Hulk Hogan Echo Fighter at this point.
Exactly. Only Smash Brother fans will get that joke.
Yeah, only Smash fans will get that, sadly. But
Yeah, yeah, pretty terrible match. Glad it wasn't the main event.
yeah, it
Oh,
wasn't
look
that
who's
bad.
here!
Hey,
Jordan,
Man,
Yeah.
man.
you were late, bro. We just got
You
done
missed.
talking. We got done talking about Owen Hart versus Bret
Bret Hart.
Hart. What do you got to say about that match?
who, me?
Yeah,
Classic.
yeah. What do you got to say about Randy Savage versus Crush?
Crush.
Randy Savage crushed it. A good showing, I
was-
guess.
This was
Yeah.
the first WrestleMania not to feature Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, no, yeah, yeah. This was also first WrestleMania not to feature Hulk Hogan, and he was like in 9 of them in a row, and
Yeah.
this is the 10th one, and he doesn't show up at all. Yeah, they did pretty good considering the fact that this didn't feature Hulk Hogan at all, and you know. And what do you got to say about Lex Luger? Because you missed a joke where I said Lex Luger was the Hulk Hogan
Yeah.
Echo Fighter, and how he was just bad. Thankfully, this was Luger's last Mania.
Oh wow, that's crazy. Hogan's last Mania was the Mania before, and this is his last Mania. Wow. After he tried to be a Hogan ripoff. Literally, like a legitimate copy of Hogan. Like they tried to make him, but more Americanized.
Yeah, more generic and not even fun at all. But yeah,
Minus the charisma and appeal of Hogan.
Yeah, and then there was a squash match where Earthquake just destroyed Adam Bomb in like 35 seconds.
Yeah.
And
Lex
then we
Luger's
get
best
on
promo
to
where it says, I don't know.
But yeah, that was a. I guess if you like squash matches, you'll like that one. But I just don't care.
And then next we got a
Jeez.
squash match. Then the next match we have after that. Then the next match we have after that is the classic Razor Ramon and Shawn Michaels match.
Finally.
The
I
ladder
love
match.
that match.
That match was a good match.
The greatest ladder
Very good
match of
ladder
all
match.
time.
Yeah, that was a very good match. Razor Ramon and Shawn Michaels, they put on instant classic.
For sure, definitely.
I'm sorry about that, but I love this match. You know, this was Razor Ramon's best match. One of the best matches Shawn Michaels ever put on. And it was just an amazing ladder match for the WWF Intercontinental Champion. Back when the title meant something.
Yeah.
It's funny that the Intercontinental Championship match here is more memorable than the World Heavyweight Championship match. Not that that one was a bad match. That one was actually a pretty good match, and we'll get onto that. But this was one of those cases. I guess you could say WrestleMania 3 was that case, but this was one of those cases where
this was back when they actually cared about the Intercontinental Championship, when it was actually the second most important belt that the company owned.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, at the time it was.
And, then we get to the main event. Bret Hart versus Yokozuna.
Decent main
Sounds like
event.
Woodstock in there, whoever's background.
Decent main event, huh?
Yeah. And you know what? This was
It was a great moment, but it was just a really forgettable match, other than the spot of how Bret won and Roddy Piper being the guest referee.
Yeah, Roddy Piper was the guest referee. And
the only time he was one of the very few times where Roddy Piper was the guest referee for a Bret Hart match that actually was worth watching. We'll get onto the other one when we get onto it.
But you know what? I'll give this extra points because it was 1,000 times better than the match at 9. Way,
Oh,
way
yeah.
better.
Yeah.
So, what we all gotta say about this Mania? Has 2 5-star matches, has a great moment in Brett winning the title.
Honestly, I'd give it a straight 10, honestly. Like, even, like, the matches that are there, like, the bad matches, aren't really all that long, other than the Luger and Yokozuna match. But hey, at least Luger lost, so I'm fine
Yeah,
with
it's
it.
not that bad of a match. I would say it's at least 2.2 or something. It's not like a 1-star match or a dud. It's a match that's passable, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you gotta
Yokozuna
give
did all the work
Yokozuna
anyway.
props. He for a guy his weight he was able to put on not 1 but 2 over 10-minute long matches.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
And
Yeah.
they're not, and one of them being not that bad.
Yeah. So, while we had fun discussing this WrestleMania,
And now
Yeah.
we're on to the second worst WrestleMania of all time.
This is
how bad
WrestleMania
is
11.
it?
I'd rather see a Nickelback concert than even watch this Mania ever again.
This was just a bad WrestleMania. It's not WrestleMania 9 bad, which is just, yeah, you can't get any worse than 9. But this one was pretty horrible. Like, all the
I'd rather see
celebrities.
it. I actually thought about for WrestleMania 9 that it's so bad. I'd rather see a Justin Bieber concert headlining a
Me
Nickelback
too.
and Creed concert than watch WrestleMania 9.
And by the way, I'd rather see a Lil Wayne concert.
I would also.
Me too.
I'd rather listen to an Imagine Dragons album than go see WrestleMania 9.
But yeah, WrestleMania 11. We'll get on to that, and we got the tag team
Literally
matches.
7 matches. 7 matches. Like, you couldn't at least make like 10 or 11 at the very least.
Me too.
Like, the tag team match was blah. Razor and Ramon versus Jeff Jarrett had potential, but 1, it was too short, and 2, he
It was
won by
garbage.
disqualification. It wasn't bad. It was an okay match, but this could have been a lot better.
The Taker match, on the other hand, let's just say that Undertaker
Big Bang
winning with a flying clothesline should pretty much tell you why it's so stupid.
Yeah, it's just a
On King Kong
stupid
Bundy.
match. Like,
Yeah,
okay,
it was.
so Undertaker has the worst match of his career, misses out on a WrestleMania, and then
Then he comes back with another bad match.
Yep. It's just,
He
man.
made his return at SummerSlam '94 against his imposter.
Oh,
wait, this
God,
was
do not
95.
remind me.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, wait, yeah, my mistake. Yeah, this was the wrong Mania.
But yeah, Owen Hart and Yokozuna versus the Smoking Guns. This was
Blah.
it's another no match. And
And
then we get on to a very disappointing match with Bret.
This match had so much potential, but it was pretty horribly booked.
Yeah, the Bret Hart
Especially
versus
how
Bob
the match
Backlund
ended.
Like,
this is my thing. It's that, like, it's an I quit match, not a yes, he quits match.
yeah, that was the problem. And, another.
Backlund!
Bob Backlund versus
And
Bret
remember, before this, they had a very good I Quit match at, SummerSlam 1994 too, where Owen turned face. Bret had to give the title to Bob Backlund, who the next night got squashed by Diesel.
in 8 seconds.
Yeah, in 8 seconds. And, and we come back from amazing I Quit match at Survivor Series 94, and we get this? This is a big disappointment. And then we get on to pretty much the only good thing about this show. Diesel versus Shawn Michaels.
Literally, the only good match on this whole horrid show.
You're
and
right.
you know what?
If anything, this is probably one of Diesel's best matches. Kevin Nash is one of his best matches in general. One of the few good things to ever come.
Too. And this shows why Shawn Michaels is Mr. WrestleMania. Like, he can.
I'd say he's second at that title.
He is Mr. WrestleMania.
Yeah,
I'd say Taker is personally.
yeah, I guess so, but you know, this
And let's
shows.
just say that also another thing I want to say that this is like one of the very few good things Kevin Nash ever did in WWE.
And the main event was a joke. They ended
Yeah,
up with
that
Lawrence Taylor versus Bam Bam Bigelow.
man, poor Bam Bam Bigelow. Whenever it came to these like big pay-per-views, Bam Bam Bigelow was a good wrestler and all, but when it came to these big big pay-per-views,
The only
he
time
always
he ever
got
main
screwed
evented
over.
a pay per view, and he was basically the highest paid jobber that night, as he said himself.
I feel sorry for
I
Bam
feel
Bam.
sorry for the guy too.
I mean, he was a, you know, how he looked very badass, and he had cut very good promos and was very fun to watch in the ring, and this is what he gets.
The
Poor
main
guy.
event. So you're
I
talking
mean,
about the
the
main
only
event
good
now?
thing
With
about
a freaking retired football player.
yeah, exactly. He loses to a retired football player. Like, how is that supposed to be believable at all? That's, I mean,
On the bright
this
side,
was
at
not
least he
even main
went.
event worthy. I
On the
mean,
bright side, though, at least he went on to go to ECW and revived his whole career.
yeah, thank God. I mean, if they made Shawn Michaels versus Diesel the main event, not, extend Jeff Jarrett and Razor Ramon and have have either Jeff Jarrett win or Razor Ramon not win by disqualification, get make Undertaker match a little bit longer and have him not win by a clothesline, and actually make a good I Quit match and cut out Lawrence Taylor versus Bam Bam Bigelow completely, then this might have been an okay WrestleMania. But nope, it's the second worst WrestleMania.
The second worst. The second worst.
Yeah.
It's just better
And
going
then,
to
and now we go to an actual good show.
Yeah, this one.
WrestleMania
12.
12.
Yep, WrestleMania 12. Thank God we're done talking
The
about that
classic main
horrid
event that we're
show.
about to get to.
Yeah, but WrestleMania 12, this was a pretty decent show.
WrestleMania 11 was the drizzling shits of the 90s.
That goes to 9.
I'd say like the only match you could probably argue is bad would be Warrior and Triple H, only because it was a complete burial. But other than that, every match was either okay, good, or amazing.
Yeah, I mean, British Bulldog Owen Hart and Vader versus Ahmed Johnson, Jake Roberts, and Yokozuna.
It was
That was a
actually not that bad.
Yeah, it was actually a pretty fun match. I wouldn't give it a 5-star or even 4-star, but
I'd
probably
give it like a decent 7.
yeah, I would give it like a 3.8. That's how good that match was. Roddy Piper versus Goldust. A
One of
pretty
Piper's best matches in his whole career.
Yep, I have to agree. And Goldust too. This was a fun match. And the singles
Maybe
match.
Goldust's best singles match he's ever had. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, probably. Stone Cold Steve Austin defeating Savio Vega.
Yeah, it was okay. I mean, like, not one of Austin's best, but for what it was fine, It was
Yeah,
okay.
Austin didn't get really good until like King of the Ring, but
Yeah.
this was a decent start to his career, and he didn't have the ringmaster gimmick anymore, thankfully.
Thankfully. And we're not really going to talk about Warrior and Triple H because we all know how dumb of a match that was and how it just completely ruined Triple H until DX was formed.
Yeah, that made
Basically, Ultimate Warrior no sold the pedigree. That's what was the moment of that match.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And then the
And
Undertaker.
a really underrated WrestleMania match between Undertaker and Diesel.
Yeah, this was actually not too bad. This was like shortly
Definitely.
before Diesel left the company and went to
Yeah.
WCW to form
And he
the
turned heel.
Outsiders and later on the NWO. So, you know what? I would
I'd
say,
say it's Diesel's best WrestleMania match.
yeah, I would say his
Yeah.
match with Undertaker at 11, his match with Bret Hart at Survivor Series 95, his SummerSlam 94 match with Razor Ramon, and his
My favorite Diesel match, though, in general, is the Bret Hart Survivor Series match, personally,
yeah,
from '95.
yeah, and
I really
his
love the second
WrestleMania
Shawn
11 Shawn
Michaels
Michaels
Razor Ramon
match.
match.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this was a pretty good match. The only
And,
matches
of course,
that
this
were
being the time that Taker started to finally get good WrestleMania matches.
yeah, this is where his matches really start to get good, and then yeah, then we get on to the main event, probably one of the best Iron Man matches of all time.
I'd say the best.
Yeah, probably the
Agreed.
best. You know, Shawn and probably Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels' best match together.
Yeah,
This,
for sure.
One
yeah,
I
hour,
mean, like,
man.
they got to
1 hour.
show off their really good, wrestling skills.
they
Like
May have
kept
ended 1
the
hour, but it
like
ended overtime.
yeah, it did
yeah.
end overtime, but hey, I'm fine with that. I think I
It
wouldn't
led
have
to
it
an
any other
amazing
way.
moment. It was an amazing match. The pacing was well. The story was there. It kept you entertaining
Overtime.
throughout the whole match.
And Bret won the title. I would say
And
that.
then, Mike, you meet Michaels.
I mean, yeah, Michaels won the title, and this was a pretty good moment for Michaels because after this,
Yeah.
Bret pretty much took a break. Because he just needed a break, he needed a vacation, and didn't come back till Survivor Series.
Mm-hmm.
And he wasn't the same.
Yeah, I would say he improved. I would say Survivor Series '96 to
Oh yeah, his
Survivor Series.
match with Steve
What am I
Austin at
doing?
Survivor Series is the best
Okay.
singles match to happen at Survivor Series.
Pretty much.
Yeah, good match from Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, this is probably one of Bret's best matches ever, and Shawn's too. Maybe even their best. Maybe even Shawn's best match. Maybe.
Together.
Same thing with the Ultimate Warrior. Same thing with the Undertaker and Diesel. That was a good one too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that the only bad match, arguably, was Undertaker. I mean, not Undertaker. Ultimate Warrior versus
Who's
Triple
Triple H?
H. But if you like squash matches,
He was
again, you
Hunter
might
Hurt.
find that
Yeah.
one funny.
Roddy Piper and Goldust wasn't too bad.
It was
Yeah, that one
amazing.
was awesome. Like, I can't say a bad thing. There's not one bad thing I can say about this Mania, really.
It's kind of funny at the end of Undertaker and Diesel match. Diesel puts his arms over his chest so he got pinned.
Yeah, that was funny.
Wasn't this matches build up the first time Undertaker ever used like a mannequin in a casket of his opponent resting in the casket?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's another highlight to the whole match is that it led to something amazing like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, WrestleMania 12, amazing. WrestleMania 11, trash. WrestleMania 10, amazing.
Yeah, like we go. It's like there was this weird pattern. WrestleMania 8, a good WrestleMania. WrestleMania 9, bad.
Horrible.
And I
That's
get
been WWE's whole algorithm with WrestleManias, it seems. Good, bad, good, bad, good, bad. Maybe there's been exceptions, but that's how it's always been.
yeah, like you may get like two bad manias and then get a real good one, but and some
How
and there
does
was
WWE celebrate Black History Month, but not giving the Black Champion the WWE title?
Other than The Rock, who's like the only one they've ever given him that.
but yeah, and I know Jared's gonna get really interested, but starting tomorrow we're gonna start doing some Attitude Era WrestleManias.
Close to the Attitude
13,
Era WrestleMania.
14, 15.
Yes.
Yeah, how about for the next episode, should we just review all the Attitude Era WrestleManias for that matter?
I still say space it out a bit.
Yeah,
Like we'll
because
do
basics.
13, 14, 15 in one, then 16, 17, and 18 in another, and then you know, nine,
19 to
continues.
24.
But yeah, we hope you enjoy these WrestleMania reviews. We got more on the way, and this is Perfect Welch.
WrestleMania.
Yeah, this is Perfect Welch signing out.
This is Jerry Ramirez signing out.
Joe Ranker signing out, I guess.
Havoc Kingslayer 921 signing out.
And we all hope you have had a good weekend, and tomorrow's President's Day, so see y'all then. Bye.
Tomorrow's Nickelback Day.
Tomorrow is National Echo Fighter Appreciation Day.
Jordan.
Look at this photograph.
Look at this stupid bitch. But yeah, just Lex Luger was pretty much the carrot top of pro wrestling. And his best promo was he couldn't talk. He was the ultimate
Or
villain.
the
You're
I don't
right, Jordan.
know promo.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. But yeah, we're gonna be signing out. Y'all have a good one and peace.
Peace.
Look at his photograph.
Look at this ponus.